Hi Cancer, this is Kay, you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome to your Zodiac reading. We're going to start with the Zodiac 108 to find out what your past and present time and near future energies are. Welcome to your reading, I said that, and I hope you're doing well. Please like and subscribe. Alright. Archangel Michael. We have, for the past, we have Jack and Diane. Broken heart. Oh dear. I'm so sorry, Cancer. Broken heart energy in the past. At least it's in the past. We have corset for present day energy. Held together. Wow. Getting your stuff together. And then we have changing. At this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen. Wonderful. Okay. So it looks like you have been facing severe heartbreak from someone. Heartbreak, interference, sorrow, grief, funk, sadness, mourning, distress, being let down, gloomy, hopelessness, regret, crisis, unhappy, being hurt, bitter, devastated, and emotional pain. So something really hurts you. Now, this doesn't have to be something romantic, but it could be two really close friends that kind of part go your way, or they've done something that hurts you that you never expected they would do. Family member, same thing. It could be that, let's see, maybe I wouldn't go as far to say it has something to do with your work or career or education. Distress. It could be health-wise. It could be okay. Feeling hopeless because you have been diagnosed with something and it's been very, very scary, not to mention painful that you're experiencing. That's health. And finances. Ooh, let's see. I don't think you could have a financial crisis, but and you might be regretting where you put your money. You know, they say don't put all your money in the same basket, all your eggs in the same basket, right? Maybe that's a situation. But it's emotional pain, and people are emotionally responsive to their finances. It's just like money and food. Don't talk to people about, well, in religion, money, religion, and don't talk to me about food, just feed me. You know, that kind of thing. When I'm hungry, and I'm going to get ornery if I don't get something to eat right away or soon. Yeah, so the corset here in the present day energy is you're holding yourself together. You have erected some healthy boundaries. You are restricting any kind of someone, overstepping your boundaries, right? Maybe trying to come to your house to talk to you, trying to call you at work, trying to come to your work to talk to you. You're putting some limitations and restrictions on whoever it is that wants to kind of infringe upon your space, your time, your energy, when you've already been, they've already done that, and this is why you're feeling hurt. So you're putting up those boundaries, you're restricting their ability to be in communication with you. This is prim and proper, following the rules, structured, buttoned up, perfect posture, holding it together, support, shapeshift, and people pleaser. So you might have been feeling like you have that whole relationship that you're in, the environment you're in. It was about pleasing others and not so much about pleasing yourself. But in any case, you're seeing that now. It's like in retrospect, you're seeing it. So you have... This situation was so painful that it caused you to have to erect some healthy boundaries, saying, you're not going to be able to have access to me, to communicate with me. You've had your chance. You overstepped my boundaries. You overstepped your privilege to be able to be in my sphere, to be in my mind, to be in my heart, to be in my environment, to be in my energies. No more. That's what you're saying here. No more of that. That's my boundaries. I'm only going to accept certain things and not accept other things from people that I have to have boundaries. for, towards, against. Yeah, and this indicates, boundaries indicates that you are holding yourself together. You've actually evolved as a result of a life lesson with somebody, a relationship with something. And that's where the boundaries come in. When you are, when you've learned from something, you actually do erect boundaries. You start saying, you want to access me, you want to talk to me, and I'm saying no. Just, talk to my sister, or talk to my lawyer, or talk to this, talk to that. I'm not talking to you. You're not going to have access to me anymore. You had all the time in the world to have access to me, and you did me wrong, kind of thing. And then in the near future, so this shows growth, is what I'm trying to say. This shows growth. In the near future, you've got changing. At this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen. So if we were to look at this as a relationship, Cancer, we could say you're in a maybe common law or marital relationship with somebody. They did something, or you did, but we're going to say they did something that broke your heart, right? Betrayed you, whatever. And you have put up these boundaries, and you said, we're going to get divorced. I'm divorcing you. And they're going to try and talk you out of it, or they're going to try and tell you that you're the one who's in the wrong, blame it on you, project the blame onto you. And you're going to say, just talk to my lawyer. I'm not talking to you ever again. I will not talk to you unless my lawyer is present. So just talk to my lawyer. That's your boundary, right? And then this is present energy, this near future energy is just saying this is going to take a little while. Okay, things are in flux. It's in a state of flux. Anything could happen. So, because you're so hurt, it could be that you might actually consider canceling, or if that's what you call it, canceling the divorce proceedings after some point in time. When you had more time to think about it, you might see, I really love this person. Yeah, maybe I can give them a second chance. Maybe they didn't do me as bad as maybe I overreacted. You might think that. And I'm not saying, no judgment here at all, but, you might actually change your mind. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you feel it's right and it's not going to put you back into some kind of harmful, threatening situation with somebody, then yeah. It's your prerogative, right? It's your prerogative to do that too, but it may not be the smartest thing to do to put yourself back into a harmful, threatening situation with someone. And so it's just saying that in the near future, after you've had some time away from this person, with the mindset that you're going to be, you're cutting all ties to them, and you're going to be saying goodbye. That's it. I'm not having anything more to do with you. You might start feeling differently because you might have had enough time to think, I miss them, and they did me wrong, did me dirty, that kind of thing. Maybe I overreacted. It's not something that's physically threatening or abusive in any way, and they're doing everything in their power to try to show me that they do love me and that they're very, very sorry. You might just change your mind in the near future. That's what this is saying, Cancer. Things are in a state of flux. So at this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen. So you might just decide to go back to your person, or you might just have those moments where you are actually thinking, maybe we could work this out, and work it out, and then saying, oh no, what was I thinking? Oh no, I'm not going to that. What was I thinking? Bang my head on a wall. Don't do that. But it's that kind of thing that you are in a state of flux, and that you might be considering it, and then you kind of snap out of it, and you say, oh no, I don't know what I was thinking. I must have been experiencing a low moment or a brain fart or something back then at this time where I was considering going back, So just anything like that could be. So what's today's energy? Great fortune. Jeez, you got sudden wealth. Sudden wealth to me in this situation is that this person that you're involved in whether it's business or, romantic or family, friend, whatever, you felt very, very wealthy. And it was like a sudden thing. They came onto your radar and the two of you hooked up, and it was like best friends at first sight. Lovers, love at first sight. Let's do this business together at first sight kind of thing, that you just felt all ramped up. You were just energized. So standing in your happiness, your happy place, and feeling just so good with this person in your life. You're thinking it was all the right things. It felt happenstance, but it just also felt like it was meant to be kind of thing. And now you're in great fortune. This is bigger than that. Okay, this is great fortune. It's like in the Lenormand decks here. It's the quintessential. You can't get any better than that. Let me actually read that to you. Number 26. What are we looking at? Oh yeah, we're looking at the Kipper. All right. Number 26. Right to the page. That was very fortunate too. This is the most enabling, powerful, and positive card. Here on the balcony at the end of the promenade, we encounter the goddess Fortuna in marble, gilded by a blazing sunset. All the significator wishes are coming true. Outstanding good luck, triumph, wealth, happiness, and fruitfulness. Everything's delightful and aligned with true purpose. Great fortune turns challenging cards to the significator's benefit, nullifying their harmful effects, and she intensifies positive cards next to her. Unexpected good luck is on the way. Considered by many to be the best card in the deck, this card amplifies nearby good cards and weakens bad ones. Timing relates to daylight hours or summertime. So you may have a very good period now. Take a chance on your opportunities. Great fortune doesn't provide comfort for the rest of your days, but indicates that you can hope for an improvement or winning streak in the short term. Great fortune indicates new opportunities in job matters or simply satisfaction from the daily work. It also announces new perspectives and improvements in relationship matters. So yes, that it's like it just, these three cards right here tell me that it's possible that you are going to reconsider your stance right now. Being, in the corset, right? In the corset, I've never worn one, but you see the women who had to wear them in the 1800s, right? It looked very restricting. It looked uncomfortable. I'm a Sagittarius. I do not love to fit or to wear form-fitted clothing. I like to be able to move in my clothing, to be able to sit down without the waist of my pants cutting me in half, or hugging my thighs, or the shirt binding my shoulders, and for freedom of movement. Right? I just like to have comfortable clothing on. I could, if I had to wear a corset right now, I'd probably be retaliating. Yes, I wouldn't like it at all. And I'd probably get in a lot of trouble because of it if it was that time, that era. So this restriction here could be that you are, you're putting up your boundaries and you're restricting their access to you because they hurt you that much, right? And you just thought this situation, this person was all that. It was like a great streak of luck you ran into, right? Having met this person, it was love at first sight. It was this at the first sight. Well, you might be so hurt and feeling so vulnerable that you might actually go to the extreme of like laying the law down and not budging at all, not being flexible, becoming the absolute opposite of what you were. And it's never about opposites. It's always about getting your energy into balance, into equilibrium, a little bit of flexibility and a little bit of restriction. It's about being in balance. So this is what I'm thinking with this, is that you are starting to feel like you might have been holding being too restrictive, too structured, too too much holding on to your a grievance, right? Feeling that you have been betrayed. Yes, you probably have been betrayed, but maybe you're starting to think at this time that it was only their only first offense. You know, if you want to say that, their only first offense, that maybe there is something there for us. If I could just, be a little less restrictive, holding on to my grievance so tightly that there's just no way that I could become flexible again and open to being in this situation or relationship with this person ever again. Well, it seems like you might be talking to people, friends, and other helpful people, mentors, whatever, family members. They might start softening you a bit, where they're letting the strings in the back of the corset, like loosening the strings of the corset up a little bit, because you are feeling like, if I could be a little bit more flexible, be forgiving, I'm going to feel a lot better about myself. I'm going to feel good right now. Because let's face it, unless you really can't stand this person anymore, can't stand the situation, that not only did they, do you wrong, you feel like you hate them, Cancer. You hate them, that you could never possibly trust them again, that you really truly feel like you'll hate them for the rest of your life. Like it makes your skin crawl when you think about them, that kind of thing, right? Unless you're doing that, then it's possible that you actually will start developing feelings again. Feeling inspired to continue in this situation or this relationship with this person. That you might actually, in time, go back to them, go back to it. But think, it's going to be a new normal, right? The next sign that you see that there are any red flags about this person in your situation or relationship, you'll be telling them next time you see any kind of flag, that's when you're leaving, and you're leaving for good. There's no coming back from that. Second time, first time fooled, second time being a fool, right? Kind of thing. So you are looking at your situation from a perspective that you are feeling like it's good that you have put yourself in a situation where you've been able to kind of draw some lines in the sand, but at the same time you feel like this is a very fortunate situation in the sense that you're able to go and this is the best time right now is for you to be able to put some distance between you and this situation, so you can really have a good look at it and determine if you truly want to move completely away from it or consider going back, because the near future is about the thoughts, right? The thinking about, as you thinking about the situation or the person that has done you wrong, you're going to be thinking about them more in the very near future. So let's get some major arcana and see what more we can say about this. But this is a very fortunate time for you right now, because the ball is in your court, right? They still want you to be part of whatever it is, the relationship or the project, the situation. They still want very much to have you in their lives in some way. The Empress. Now, she came out in the reading I just did too, before this one, which was the Gemini reading. So, we've got the Empress. That's you in a corset, right? Now, the Empress, look at that. The Empress does not allow herself to stay all bunged up. She can have her feelings hurt, she can, but she's going to be getting herself back into balance, her feelings, emotions back into balance very quickly, to say that this was a fortunate turn of events. I'm learning something from this, and I have all the power. The ball is in my court. So the ball is in my court, which means whatever their future however their future lies, you're the one that's really right now in control of that. So you're really the boss lady, and the Empress is the boss. Now you can be a male Cancer in your boss lady energy of the Empress. You can be, so, because we have feminine and masculine energy, and both of us, I mean, both energies in us. So you're just expressing it more at this time, or feeling it more. Yeah, and if you're in emotional pain, that would be something that you might be, that'd be feminine energy, right? And then we got the 5 of Coins. So 5 of Coins is that where you felt like you're looking from the outside in and feeling a little bit, what is it? It's like off kilter, feeling imbalanced is what it is. It's feeling imbalanced. So you had to, with this situation, it left you feeling like, oh my God, I was so into this. It was like, that was defining who I was. It was defining my life moving forward. And now suddenly I am facing this, whatever it was that turned things sour here. And it's making you feel like, oh my God, I'm not quite in, I'm not the one on the inside where others are looking at me or us and saying, I wish I was them. I'm the one on the outside now. But you're the one on the outside, having faced this situation of feeling left out in the cold, having been done wrong in some way. It bossed you up. It leveled you up into an energy that says, you know what, I can overcome this. And I can even decide to do whatever I want. If I want to go back to the situation, dang well, I'm going to go back, but it's going to be under, certain agreements. It's not going to be so much of a compromise. It's going to be about, okay, this is what, if I'm away on a business, if I'm away on a business trip, you're going to stay home and you're going to call me every 3 hours, that kind of thing, and I'm going to be able to see where you are, because of the location on cell phones, right? So you might be putting some rules into place if you go back. If you go forward, that's fine too. You're going to be doing okay without any of this anymore. Okay, whatever you felt where you were hitting the jackpot with this relationship, this situation, this business venture, whatever, you're going to be walking away from that, going like this with it, and moving forward. But if you do that, you decide to move away from it, you're going to be going through a time of having to clean, put it all to bed, to put it all away. It's going to be a time where you're just going to have to actually, it's going to be on your mind a lot with the thought cards. It's going to be on your mind because you got to make the necessary, you got to make the necessary acts to put the lid on the coffin, to put this to end. If it's a relationship, you're going to be going through a legal separation and a divorce, and that takes time, a year or however it is in your country. But if it's a business venture, again, it's going to have to go through the legal steps of making sure that you sign off on not being partnered with that anymore. And the thing, if they've hurt you that badly, you're going to be probably talking to their friends, maybe even talking to them yet, because it's an emotional situation where even though you were badly hurt from them, they're badly hurt that they hurt you, so they're going to want to talk to you, and you're going to say, if you want to talk to me through our friend, blah, blah, blah. I might actually meet you in a public place for 5 minutes and hear you out, kind of thing, but that's about it. So you're still going to be dealing with it here, but not to the extent that you started out here at this present time, because you've bossed up into Empress energy, and you know that the ball is in your court. So whatever decision you make, it's going to have great consequences for you. It's going to, because if you feel like it's right for you to go back, then you're going to make the best of it. You are, and you're going to sit in that relationship, that situation, saying, I'm not happy that this happened, that we had to go through this, or I had to go through this, but I'm happy I'm back, and I know things are better as a result. So it's like a new normal now. We're going to have to build a new normal because I've changed. And possibly they have changed too, but I have grown, I've changed. So if you want me back in your life, back in your business, back in your business, back in your project, back in your whatever, then you're going to have to accept me as I am changed now. I'm a boss now, and I do not take anyone else's crap. And I had actually started out not taking crap right at the beginning. That's why I had, decided to erect some very strong boundaries and restrictions of your access to me, because I just seen that things weren't right, and I didn't want to have any part of that. It hurt me that badly that I realized I had to get myself out of this and be totally somewhere that was neutral for you. Which is what that is. So let's go ahead and find out more from the tarot. Cancer. What does the tarot want to say to expand on this? Archangel Michael. Yeah. One card. That's funny. Okay. We've got the Ace of Wands. Okay, somebody may have been. And the Ace of Wands, again, is sudden wealth. It's like feeling like you're on top of the world, totally impassioned, passionate about something. The relationship, the project, the situation, the business venture. You're impassioned by it, but it's also can mean that somebody with the wand, right? The Ace of Wands, the one wand, somebody had screwed you over in some way, if I could say that. With the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, okay, this is a situation that I have actually sown really good things in this situation with this person in this whatever situation. I have actually sown and grown and nurtured a really great harvest, and I had got so much out of this. I really felt I was, sitting nice, sitting pretty in this relationship, in this business venture, whatnot. The things were good. Things were abundant. I always had what I needed, and then some. Seven of Pentacles, right? But you are also being forced to look at what was it that went wrong. You got the pentacles hanging from the tree in there. That what didn't I see before? What was the low-lying fruit that I should have seen without even trying to see it? Low-lying fruit, right? And then we got the King of Wands. That's you taking action. You taking action in the Empress energy, in an evolved, I'm taking action, I'm a hardworking person. Yes, the King of Wands is the type of energy that is motivated, is confident, is I'm going to, there's no battle I can't fight and win. Because whenever I go out to battle, I go out to win. There's, I'm going to win, and I'm really still a very attractive person, so if I do decide to not be part of this anymore, I will attract either another person, romantic person that we're going to have a good connection with, or I'm going to attract other really great opportunities moving forward. King of Wands. The Four of Cups is like you're looking at these cups and saying, what the devil, what should I actually consider, I'd like to have so much more than what I had, but it didn't seem to be meant to be. Well, there's still a cup coming in that you're just not aware of. The Three of Cups is that you and this party of people. The Three of Cups could be you, your person, your romantic person, and the person that they were maybe cheated with on you. Your partnership in a business venture, it could be that. But in any case, it looked like with the Three of Cups, because there's Four of Cups, it looked like the Three of Cups things were going really, really well. But then things went awry, and they weren't going well anymore, and it hurt you, of course, and you walked away, of course. You made yourself inaccessible, but you still have hopes and dreams. You want to have better. You want to have more of that kind of feeling that you experienced then, but for it to be true and positive and right, just truthful. Integrity, having integrity, something that will go the distance, right? And you just don't realize that there is a cup that's coming in for you, moving forward with great fortune in you. Now that cup could be you checking in with yourself to see if you did want to forgive, not forget, but forgive, and be flexible and try a second go around with this person, this situation. Three of Wands is you preparing yourself for going the distance, really. You've got to go the distance in this situation. We have the King of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so you're the King of Wands, and I feel like the King of Pentacles is somebody else. So, let's see here. I've got back the deck with Temperance. All right. Temperance, the World, Three of Cups. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles, working hard towards making an effort. So this is somebody, the King of Pentacles, is either this person that you're romantically involved with is evolving, has seen the error of their ways, is what I'm saying. That they made a mistake. They made a mistake, and so they're still going to be on your mind. They're going to be on your mind because they're not going to give up. King of Pentacles is someone who is committed. They committed to you, they're committed. And it's the same with a business partnership, business venture. Whoever you're involved in, the person or people you're involved in, they don't want to let you go, is what I'm trying to say. This is you as the King of Wands. This is you having to check in with, are you ready for everything that's going to come your way, like the please come back, or just moving forward, be prepared to totally cut yourself free, cut away from this situation altogether, from those people, that situation. So it's up to you, obviously, right? Whatever decision you make, you're going to do it because you're going to be taking the necessary time and energy to discover how you feel about the situation, moving forward, not looking at it as it was. This person has figured out that they did you wrong, dirty in some way. They were possibly a Knight of Pentacles at the time, but they did you wrong, okay? They could have been the Seven Swords energy, but they have grown as well as you have through the situation. In the near future, they're going to be showing up in the King's energy, the evolved energy. Queens and Kings are the authorities of their suit. They are evolved. So they may only maybe have been a page or something else, kind of whatever. They are now in the King, sitting on a throne with a crown on their head. They are in tune, tapped in, turned on to their, being shown, enlightened in the sense that things have become clear to them, how they did you dirty, how they did you wrong, how they chased you away, why they did what they did, and that they have regrets about it now, that they had an opportunity to, if you give them the opportunity to, they would roll the red carpet out for you and spoil you all the way down it. Okay, so you're going to be in this Three of Wands energy where it's just a matter of when your ships come in, But until then, you still got some thinking to do. Thinking and some consideration to do, because you may end up changing your mind. And changing your mind could be changing your mind, going back from thinking, oh, I could probably try this again with this person. You might change your mind at that point and say, what the heck was I thinking? You know, bang my head on a brick wall, like I said before. It's like I had a moment of a brain fart there. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not going back, you know, that kind of thing, right? So it's, of course, all up to you. But in any case, you're going to be put in the end. Like I said, it's going to be a new normal if you do go back. And if you don't go back, it's still a new normal for you, because you're moving forward at some point. Sometime after the near future, you will be cutting all ties to this person, this situation. There'll be a new chapter for you with the World card. But you're in the energy of being balanced here. So you've been able to really take the time and to be able to see things more clearly in the near future, because you don't have to rush. You've got time to consider what your options are. Okay, Cancer, I sure hope this works out really well for you. I'm sure it will. And best of luck with that. And take care of yourself until next time. Bye for now.